Buenas tardes, LEC community. Welcome to another segment of our Ask an Educator. My name is Delia Perez Solorzano. I am the Director of High Impact Practice for the Latinx Education Collaborative, where we strive to retain and increase the representation of Latinx educators. As a part of our Ask an Educator, we are here to elevate Lisa Martinez's story. Without further ado, I'm going to have her introduce herself to us. Lisa, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. We're here. We've arrived.
It's official.
I made it through the intro. I clicked the live button. I think we're live. We are. It says live. So tell us a little bit about you, Lisa. Where are you from?
Sure.
What do you do? Who are your people?
All right. Well, Lisa Martinez. I currently serve as the Assistant Director for Diploma Plus here in Kansas City, Kansas Public School District. I am from KCK. I was actually born, halfway raised in Kansas City, Missouri on the west side. We moved over into Argentine when I got into elementary school. So Emerson Elementary, Argentine Middle School, and I graduated from Sumner Academy a while ago. And just that's kind of where I'm at, where I stay. I currently live in KCK and love serving our students and our families and our community here in Kansas City, Kansas as well. So, yeah.
Nice. And you said that you were born and raised in KCK, a product of KCK, and you work for KCK?
Yes, I'm like KCK through and through. I should be the
Nice.
poster child.
I heard someone today in our virtual career fair say the dot. Do you identify with the dot, KCK, the dot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm from the dot. I am a daughter. I don't know. I feel like that ages me a little bit, but yeah, from the dot.
That the
Brought to you
old
by
school
the dot.
sweaters. That's what I think
There you
about.
go.
Those old school
Yeah.
sweaters. You know, not being from KCK, like
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago coming in. I absolutely love the pride that I see here. So
Oh,
good
yeah.
for KCK, homegrown. Um,
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your leadership story, your upbringing, your journey as a student. I mean, just tell us your leadership story.
Wow. Yeah. So upbringing, had really strong female leadership in my household. So brought up by my grandma and my aunt, her sister, my mom. Grandma was an entrepreneur here actually in West Side, and just a strong woman. Really structured, but really push you to strive for your best, do your best, be your best, but also treat people with kindness and respect. She always told us, treat people how you want to be treated. And so I tried to always lead with that. I was involved in a lot of sports growing up, really into softball. I played junior Olympic softball for like a really long time and loved the sport. And that offers a lot of leadership experience and teamwork and collaboration because you have to operate as a unit. So, yeah, just a really kind of traditional fun, as a 90s kid. So it was always outside, always playing. Just had a really good upbringing, really loving, caring, um, respect oriented household. So, but my journey as a student is kind of, I was your average kid. And I think this feeds into my passion of what I love, why I love doing what I do. I wasn't your star student. I wasn't the most outgoing. I was just kind of your average kid. And so when I got to high school, um, I was just staying afloat, doing what I had to do, and being, a good student, a good athlete. I tried to stay involved, but you only know what you know. I came from a first generation college household, so I'm actually one of the first college graduates in my house. And so I distinctly remember my March of my senior year being called down, like, hey, what are you going to do next year? And I was like, I don't know. What should I do? And I think that kind of ignited a passion in me to make sure, like, if I could give back, if I could flourish in post-secondary, how do I do that?
Mm,
So that other students kind of know what they're getting into. And yeah, that kind of sprung a love for like counseling and guidance and post-secondary and making sure people had plans to succeed, because I thought I did, but I didn't realize how much I didn't know, because I was the first one to attempt college, and go
mhm.
through that, and then I helped lead, my youngest sibling into that, and yeah,
Anissa,
so
right? Anissa?
yeah, Anissa,
Yes.
shout out to my little baby sister Anissa.
Yes. You know what?
Um,
I'd like to elevate some comments already. You've got some
yeah,
love.
go for it.
You got some love here. Lisa Stewart from KCK. Hello,
Aw,
Lisa. She says she's amazing. Good
aw,
afternoon. Annette
oh, Miss Gaitan.
Gaitan. Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah.
And Jackie
Aw,
showing some love.
thanks,
Lisa's amazing.
Jackie.
They copied each other. Look at that. So there you go.
I
Lisa
love it.
Stewart saying she's amazing, and then a couple more. So Jackie says
Oh,
KCKPS is proud to have you as a leader.
oh, thank
Tier.
you. I know that means
Embrace
a
that.
lot. That
Embrace
means a
it. It
lot.
does. Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah.
And Lisa, so proud, and she's rocking the new assistant director position. Congratulations.
Oh, that means the
Absolutely. Oh,
world.
okay, it's coming. Here's another
Oh,
one. Another one of my favorite people, Anastasia Delgado. Whoop whoop.
oh, thank you.
USD 500. And Lisa, we love you both. Oh, I miss
Oh,
KCK so much. We were talking backstage about KCK.
yeah.
Right? Yes, it's home, second home for me at least.
It should
Lisa
be, yeah.
Ryder, hi, heard wonderful things. Yes,
Oh,
Lisa Ryder's sister worked for decades in
yeah.
KCK.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Sarah
okay.
Ryder, yes,
Yes. Okay. Oh, I love
yes.
Sarah. Shout out to
Oh,
Sarah.
here goes another one. We're fangirls of Lisa.
Uh,
Fangirling. We should we should give
no need
everyone
for
the.
the, I know, no need for the blush today, but
I know.
thank you.
We
Good.
should send
Good.
everyone to StreamYard and just have a group chat. No.
There we go. There we go.
All right.
Oh,
And
oh
Diploma
God.
Plus is watching in the office. Love it. Bring them.
Oh, I love
Bring
it.
in the questions and continue to show the love. Lisa,
Oh,
you're amazing. You're loved. I hope that you're feeling it.
I
Um,
do. Thank you. I'm trying not to
thank you.
cry. Like, I'm trying not to like ugly cry and just be a
Right.
mess. That means it means the world, and I'm really trying to keep it together.
Yes. No, it definitely, that's what we strive to do,
Yeah.
elevate those voices and lived experiences that we have and we bring into, and
Yeah.
how we show up as authentically us, right?
Exactly.
Um, thank you for sharing, that and elevating that story about the strong women in your home, because I could definitely tell that it has impacted you today. Um, okay, I got to give another one. Let's see. This is a former student of Harmon. She
This
played
was my
volleyball for
Friday.
me.
She was in my Friday Harmon crew when I used to work for Trio Talent Search. Z, and there is Sandoval and Martha Linares. They were all a part of my Friday crew at Harmon.
Yes,
And we would work on scholarships and college applications and just, try to make sure my kids had what they need and felt like they could do it. Because if I could do it, they could definitely do it. And so that
absolutely.
that means a
She
lot.
played
Oh,
she played
Z.
a little bit uh volleyball for
Yeah.
me, because then she had a surprise right after that.
Yeah.
And then and then I had her sister play volleyball for a few
Hmm.
years, and I met her other sister. Yeah, this is a great family. And she's an
Oh, yeah.
aspiring educator, KCK. She's an
Well,
aspiring educator right here.
well, send me a message, Z.
Fascinating. Yes. Thanks for popping in. All right. What have been some hurdles in your career that have made following your dream of being an educational leader as assistant director of Diploma Plus a little more challenging? So share some of those
Yeah.
hurdles that you've overcome.
And kind of processed that question a lot and really try to think and reflect. And I think the biggest two for me were kind of self-inflicted, and they were just the imposter syndrome that kind of hits you when, especially in the space that we're in. Sometimes we're the only one of us at the table, and I think that can be hard for you sometimes when. Um, you really you're like, "Ah, I know my stuff. I'm good at what I do." And you're like, "Man, I don't belong here. This is not right." Like, and I think that's been the biggest hurdle for me to like really get over and really trust in my capabilities and my abilities to um lead and be successful in leading, and also know that I'm worth it. Like I have what it takes to be able to join conversations that have to do with leadership and policy and structures and things like that. And so really trusting that I am good at what I do is sometimes the biggest hurdle. When your inner, saboteur comes out, it's like, nah, you don't belong here. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. So that can be hard, and I think that's been the biggest one for me professionally. Is that imposter syndrome kicks in high gear sometimes. Um, and so I would say that, and also realizing too, um, although we have a lot of students who are Latinx, there's sometimes not a lot of people at the table that look like our students, and that can be challenging and hard sometimes when you are having difficult conversations about programming or opportunities and things like that, and um, trusting in your knowledge to advocate for your students and your community. It can be a hurdle sometimes, but KCK has been always amazing, and I think my leadership that I'm fortunate to be a part of and learn from has always welcomed and made sure that all of our students' voices are heard and accepted and thought of, and that's been amazing. But I would say that was the biggest hurdle for me is just really truly trusting that I'm good at what I do, and I do belong here.
And I'm going to stretch you a little more. So
Okay,
the
go for
biggest
it.
hurdle has been this imposter syndrome that I think a lot of listeners of color or women, minoritized people can relate to, right?
For sure.
So you mentioned, but switching that mindset to believing that I truly am good at what I do.
Yeah.
What are some little steps or golden nuggets you could throw out there? You have young teachers in tune. You have Anastasia Delgado. You have a future aspiring educator out there. Like,
Yeah.
what are those steps or some golden nuggets that you could share that help you overcome those hurdles?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was trusting in positive feedback. I think that was hard for me to sometimes accept compliments and accept um, that um, and trust that people were giving me positive feedback in it from a genuine space and not just because they felt like they had to. And so I feel like just trust in that, but also find your group of people to help show you love. And you've seen some of them show up in the comments for me, and that's been a helpful place as well. Like I said, I've been fortunate to have really good leadership and leaders to help mentor me through um, my my years here, and so um, I think find your people, and ask questions, um, and be confident in what you're doing. I think sometimes taking risks is really hard, and we're really cautious to do that. But sometimes that's the way we learn and grow, and I've had to accept that. And so little things like I think I write on my computer like little affirmations to remind myself, like, you know, it's not that hard and you can do it, just kind of cheesy things. But sometimes you need those to keep you going through to remind yourself, no, you do know what you're doing. You can do this. It's not impossible. Um, you know,
I love
pull
it.
it up, get it done. But I've been fortunate to have great leadership, great mentors that I've been able to ask questions of and get feedback from, um, and just finding your group of people and reaching out. I think too, to our anybody listening who's a new teacher or feels like they haven't found their space, or they may be questioning their belonging to, education or the field. Email me, I'll sit and chat with you. I can help be your cheerleader and help you get through it, because at the end of the day, it impacts students and student achievement. And for me, it's important for our students to see teachers like themselves, or people in positions of leadership like that look like them. And so we can't do that if we don't mentor and bring up, people um, that are willing to be in those positions,
Mm-hmm. I couldn't agree more with Anastasia. She said, "Oh, Lisa, you're speaking to my soul right now." Yes. And I do want to elevate Jackie one more time. I interviewed her the other day for a class I'm taking on ethics, and she mentioned something that you said as well. And that's, find your people, ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
And what I really took away from our conversation is this idea of like role playing,
Yeah,
practicing, navigating these difficulties, right? Or
yeah,
challenging situations.
yeah.
And then what I hear from you and what I heard from her as well in that interview was, find that, identify your moral compass. And
Mm-hmm.
for you, it's student impact, right? It's directly connected to them. Lisa Stewart says again, yes, speak your truth. I love this. So yes.
Thank you.
But yes, you heard it from Lisa. Find your people, ask for help, be willing to be mentored, and get receive that feedback, and write silly words of affirmations everywhere, people.
Yeah. Or find just a playlist, a song, your hype song, it could
Yes.
be anything, but um anything to hype you up and make sure you believe, like, yeah, no, you belong, you're here, you got this, you can do it.
Yes.
That's what I try
Okay.
to do.
Okay. What's your hype song? I gotta know, and then I'll
Oh
share mine.
God.
What's your hype song? Well,
Uh okay, you
is
share
it
your
inappropriate? Does it have cuss words, Miss Martinez?
I cannot confirm nor deny that. Is this a good time to say, oh no, the
Well,
connection's
your
messed
boss
up?
just walked in, so she says you're awesome. Oh, I think that's a sign. She said, "Hold up, no."
There
Always
we go.
advocating.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Irvin. Yeah, she's amazing. She's been, I can't gush about the modeling of leadership that she offers is.
Oh, awesome. I love it. All right, since you won't share your hype song, y'all need to Google this. Y'all need to Google this tonight. I shared it with Dr. Marta Silva, who is now
Okay,
defended her
okay,
dissertation. I
okay.
had the honor to listen into her defense, which was amazing.
Oh, nice,
And
nice, nice.
thank you, Marta. Dr. Silva. Um, I sent her this song because she was a little nervous, and she's like, oh my God. It's called This Is Me
Okay,
from some movie. I haven't watched it, but wow, you got to watch the YouTube version of the video of the cast.
okay, okay,
So that's my hype song. So do you
okay.
want to share your hype song now, or do you want to move on to the next
No,
question?
we'll just keep it moving, Delia. Keep
Okay,
it
cool.
moving.
All right. What keeps you going, Lisa? What keeps you going?
Oh man, what keeps me going? Just the potential of the potential that we have to make an amazing impact here in our community with what we can do with our students. That's what keeps me going. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Yes. Yes. That's what I think keeps us all going. Those of us who
Oh
are
yeah.
passionate about those outcomes. All right, Jackie. Jackie knows what's up. She said it's
Oh,
called The Greatest Showman has all great music. Yes, that's the
okay. There
yeah.
we
And
go.
if Kristen Chast, I think she works at Rosedale, if she's listening, she's the one that shared that video
Oh,
in a
really?
PD. She shared it in
Oh,
a
nice.
PD, but it was in the context of removing yourself from behind a desk and just show
Mm,
up as
mm.
you and just
Yeah.
shine. And I was
Yeah.
like, yes, this is my new song. So,
Oh, now I'm gonna have to listen to it. I like that.
oh, yes, yes. Dr. Silva said, you got me in tears. I was like, me too. No. All right. Here's a more serious question. So Latinx
Okay.
educators are the fastest growing demographic of educators in the country. Let that sink
Hmm.
in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they are also some of the quickest to leave, with 3 years being the average amount of time spent in the classroom compared to the national average of 5 years. Why do you think this is, and what advice would you give to Latinx educators listening right now that are struggling?
Ooh, yeah. I think, for me, it's remembering why you're doing what you're doing. Um, and I think that's kind of what keeps me going is my purpose, it's to make sure that I'm able to afford our students as many opportunities as possible to take advantage of that can impact not only their learning within the classroom, but can impact their future and help them catapult themselves into something that they didn't even know was possible. And so for me, it's always remembering that this is why I do what I do. This is why I have hard conversations. This is why, we kind of push as much as we can, because at the end of the day, it's about them. It's about our students. It's about our families. It's about the community that, we get to serve and be a part of. I think that you have to remember why you're doing what you're doing. And that's hard. It's hard sometimes to um, let that little bit of light shine in on your darkest day and keep going. It's just it's really hard to do sometimes, but you know, I think that's one piece. I think another piece is ask for help. Let somebody know, hey, I'm struggling. I need help. I need support. Because oftentimes we don't know what we don't know. And I would never know if somebody was struggling unless it was apparently visible or they asked for help. Just ask for help, ask for support. And know, even if I don't have all the answers or I don't have all the resources for you, I'll listen and I'll help you troubleshoot. And that's what I try to offer my team, and anybody really who's just has an idea or needs support or is struggling. I think more so than not is just knowing that it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to advocate for support. That's how we all become better, and hopefully stick it out. But yeah, I think it's hard. It's a hard, it's hard times, hard field to be in right now. I think, and when you have such a complex district that's made up of so many different students and families and communities, I think, it just becomes even um, more fun. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's hard, but I'm hopeful, and I hope that maybe some of this will sink in with somebody and they'll stick it out for a couple more years and it'll work out and they'll see it. But I think for me it's always remembering why I do what I do, why I come to work every day. um but on top of that, making sure I do ask for help, making sure I do find my people, right? And say, hey, I'm struggling today, and maybe it's having a coffee with somebody, but or a
Mhm.
lunch or just being able to vent and talk through things. But, for anybody that is listening and struggling and thinking about it, reach out. I don't mind supporting and helping as much as I can, especially if it allows us and affords us to keep you in the classroom, and impact students positively, being able, to get through it. So yeah, I don't know if that
Absolutely.
answers that. Yeah.
I loved how you said, connect it to your why.
Yeah.
That's important. Definitely. I've been hearing a lot this year. It seems like the ongoing theme is reimagining that why as well.
Yeah.
Remembering. So here's remembering for you right now. You have another student, Yasmin Sandoval Arellanes.
Yeah,
Yasmin, she's
Santa.
cried enough. No, I'm kidding. But always, she said she always loved that about you. I think it's when you were talking about what keeps me going. It says you
Yeah.
believe in all of us. Wow, that's so
Yeah.
impactful.
Oh.
Yasmin, what are you doing now? What you doing now? Tell Miss
Oh,
Martinez what's going on. Here's Jackie again. Yes, reach out because representation matters so much for us and our kids.
exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Well, thank you for
oh,
that
Sandoval.
reminder. I
Yeah, for
know.
sure, for sure.
That's another
Yeah, I'm trying to
Harmon,
keep it.
right?
I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to keep it
Ooh,
together, Delia.
but that's our why, really.
Yeah, for sure.
It's to see those, like, the fruits of our labor, right? Like,
Yeah.
the seeds that we've planted, to watch them grow. That's why I love keeping in touch with kids as well, through
Oh
social
yeah.
media. And I love
Oh
calling
yeah.
out kids too on some misogynistic stuff. I'm like, hey, get this off. Like,
What are you, what are you doing?
what you doing? I will always be your teacher. No.
Oh.
um, if you
For
had
sure.
one thing that you wanted all of the students or direct reports to walk away from what you've contributed,
Hmm.
what would that be?
That I cared about them and their growth, to be honest. I think for me, like when I work with my teams, I do have the honor of supporting two fantastic teams. Um, I think the biggest thing for me is for them to feel like their voice is heard, that they feel valued, that they feel recognized when they're just killing it. I try to do my best to make sure that they know that they're doing a great job. I don't think we could celebrate people going above and beyond enough. But more so than not, that we're a team. Yes, I can help facilitate support, maybe remove some barriers, but at the end of the day, we're all equal. We're all in this for students and making sure that they have the opportunities to do whatever they can imagine. And so I hope that, the biggest takeaway from, being a part of a team that I have the pleasure of leading is that they feel like they know that they're a valued member of that team. Because uh, they're the ones that are doing it and making it happen and putting everything together. And so it wouldn't happen without them, and that's important for me to make sure people know, and that I learn just as much as they do from what we do. I learn from them, and they help me grow professionally and become a better advocate for college and career readiness in this department. So they're just as impactful in my work and growth as I hope I am in theirs.
Mhm.
But I think that's I don't know. I hope that's what they're able to kind of take away and remember me for. I guess I don't know.
Just embody that feeling. Just embody it.
Yeah.
Because this next comment, I want you to read out loud.
Oh no, I can't. Oh.
Okay, I'll read it. I'll try. Let's see. I'm currently a project accountant for Black and Beach, maybe. But I hope one day I can work and give back, to the community that helped me get this far. Couldn't have done it without Lisa. Y'all making us cry over here. Happy, happy tears. You know, that's just Jasmine, right? So Jasmine has joined us, and Z. And as far as I know, like, this is one of the few times that I've seen students pop in these interviews. So thank you, former Harmon students, for tuning in and showing some love for Lisa. Thank you to all the KCK staff represented here. Jackie Rodriguez, the ESOL director, and Lisa Stewart over student services. Is that correct? She's still over student services. And the Diploma Plus office watching, showing her love and support, the community listening and tuning in. Thank you so much. Lisa Martinez, thank you
Yeah.
for this interview. It was definitely beautiful reconnecting with you, because we have our history. I
Oh
forgot
yeah.
to mention that in the
Yeah. We
beginning,
go
right?
back. We go
Yes.
way back.
So back when not only so many years ago, but like my third classroom at Harmon, because we moved around a lot over there. You used my classroom during my plan time
Yeah.
to coach Z and Jasmine and Anna and that whole
Yeah.
crew, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was beautiful. Like I'd be at my desk working and you'd just have conversations with these young women, and it's beautiful. And now you're at central office impacting thousands of kids a year. So thank you for your you are.
No, thank
you
you.
are.
I'm gonna try to be a part of one of these things where I'm not like ugly crying. That's like hashtag goals is to not be recorded live by you guys and just lose it fully. But I blame Sandoval. Yeah,
Right.
she's amazing. She's killing it, so it's okay.
Let me tell you, it never ends, because I've been with the LEC since October-ish, and I still cry in our staff meetings. Like,
all right. That
I made a joke about it at one of our sessions. I said, I'm pretty sure my teammates are like, there goes Delia again, crying. But we have to, this is who I am. This is how I show up. And so
from like 8 to 5, I try to keep it together, but the Hallmark commercials come on and they get me. Like the Nike commercial got me during Mother's Day one year.
Oh God, yes. Oh, that's a whole nother. Well, Lisa, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You heard from Lisa Martinez, KCK, and tune in for our next show. Have a good evening.
Thank you.